So my name is Fabian Ratzak, and I would like to give you the idea of cryo tuning a guitar. Basically it's an experiment of an A-B guitar which I play now isn't cryo tuned, and in a week this and my other S-type guitar will also be tuned, cryo tuning, and we will see what we have to expect. You know, because there are many promises, and it's an interesting fact. So basically, what is cryo tuning? So cryo tuning is a process where the tension of the wood, the electronics and the hardware will be reduced. So it will be cooled down to about minus 180 degrees Celsius. That's pretty cold, yes. You just can't put this in refrigerator and say, okay, will be better. That's not enough. And then the promise is, or maybe the fact actually, is that the instrument will sound way more balanced from the tone. The note separation is just amazing. The sustain will increase, but the main fact actually, which for me is the most important, because actually two of my other guitars are cryo tuned and I just love them because of the feel. It feels pretty much like an old instrument. It just feels like it's played forever. You know, when you have a guitar and you play it for hours and hours and you practice with it, you get warm with it. Of course you can say, okay, then just have one guitar and play it. Sure, but you don't want to wait 20, 25 or whatever years to become the instrument you love. With this cryo, it's basically an aging process, you know. So for me, the most important thing is just not only the sound, which improves a lot, but also the playability and the feel and the inspiration the instrument is giving you. Because you know the feeling when you have a guitar in hands which you love and you just play it and everything just feels right, and you can't get it out of the hand because you love it so much. And that's a fact that I learned when I first got my two other guitars, actually three other guitars cryo tuned, because you can play them in whatever setting you want. It always sounds nice and balanced. So why would I do this on this guitar? Because actually it sounds really nice. It's a great guitar. It's a Mansinger LP style guitar, 50 style, with mama pickups in it, and just like it now, it sounds actually nearly perfect. But for me there are some issues. The playability, it just feels a little bit stiff for me. Yeah, I don't know. Just a tiny bit new. That's the fact, because I'm just having this for about not even a year. I played a lot with it, but it just feels stiff. Just feels stiffer. The other fact I would like to improve is that it sounds more equal, because when I play some low notes here, it sounds warm. That's nice. It has a great bass, but I'm missing a little bit the clarity. It could be a tiny little bit telly vibe in it, you know, because good old Les Pauls sound a little bit like a Telecaster, but also with a Les Paul vibe, you know. It could be a little bit more high-end sparkle. But on the other side, we have the 3 high strings, which I love, but the fact is, here it gets a little bit spiky in the high register. This could have a little bit more warmth in it, more, yeah. The problem with it, you could say, okay, then just put in some other pickups. It will do the job. Sure, on one frequency it will do. Maybe it gets a little bit more highs, but then reduces maybe the lows. And so it's not equal anymore. So you just, with pickups, you just can push some frequencies And that's the problem. I can't change the whole thing in itself, or even if it's even out. Yeah, that's what I mean. You can even out the instrument. With this, the Cryo Tuning, we will see on this Les Paul actually, because it will get to Jörg Walter, which does the Cryo Tuning, and I will get it back in about a week or so, and then we'll shoot the other video, and then we're gonna hear the difference. Let me play just a few chords for you, so you can hear the string definition. Alright, we're gonna compare this. I will try to play something similar when it's cryo tuned, so we can see if it's there where I want to have it. Also, I'm gonna play some more single line stuff, and we'll try to play some riffs and licks here on the low strings and then on the high strings, so you can get the idea how it evens out. So this actually, on the high string, there's a little bit too much peak for me going on. It would be nice if I would have some more pound to it, some more darkness, like you would say, or some more meat, maybe. That's the right word, some more meat. So actually it sounds nice here. I want to hear in the opposite. I want to have more definitions, more top end highs. So, and it sounds it's a little bit hard. Everything, just a tiny bit too harsh. Like you would say, it's a little bit stiff. That's the fact. All right. So I'm going to play a little bit more, and then we will send this beautiful guitar to Jörg Walter, and we will see what happens. Let me play some other stuff, this time with the neck pickup. So here's my Stratocaster, which is actually nice. So that's the point with this guitar where I want to have it cryo tuned. One of the reasons, because when you play on the treble pickup, basically every strat on the treble pickup is a challenge. When you turn to the treble pickup and it sounds nice, then you have a good Stratocaster. But not like it's muffled, like you turn the tone down. That's not the effect I want to get. I want to get the clarity, but also the warmth. You know what I'm talking about? So this is really important for me. And this is one of the things with this guitar I want to change. The other thing is that it could sound a little bit more warmth to me. you know, just a little bit more of the, a little bit more vintage sounding. I don't know how to explain it. It's a little bit too scooped in my mind. I'm missing a little bit of that one, but also I'm missing the very high top end. When you know, when you strike over the strings, I really want to have them shiny. It doesn't shine very well. I'll also do this when the guitar is tuned and see if it improves. Yeah. The next thing, I really want to have a little bit more of string definition. Let me show it to you. I'm going to play a few chords. Now, for me, the G string is a little bit too much, just in my case. For here. But so in a week or so, we will see how this guitar improves. Hopefully, we will see. So I'm gonna play a little bit more. Okay, so see you guys in a week. Alright guys, so I'm back with a Cryo Tuning guitar. So it's been treated, it's been cooled down to about minus 180 degrees Celsius. So man, I'm just speechless. It's amazing. I mean, everything feels a lot better. You know, I can first start with showing you this nice finish. So it's a little bit, looks like an old vintage guitar now. It's this nice grains. So this was the first thing I was really impressed with. And then the other thing I started with was just strumming an open E chord like I do with all my guitars when I first got them in the hand. And it just resonates so much different than before. I mean, it's the same guitar obviously, and I feel home, but it's just something very special because the bass sounds much more defined, and also it sounds more crisp, more open. Yeah, just let me play a little bit more, this time with the neck pickup. Amazing. The sustain also really much different. much more sustained than before. Really, I'm not kidding you. And one other thing I disliked before the Cryo Tuning was some big dark triads and the definition of it. So let's check it out here with the Cryo Tune guitars. Yeah, man, that's a totally different beast now. Also, really nice chuck and low definition on the low strings. Yeah, man. The other thing I disliked on the oh, not dislike, but I thought it would be nicer to have. I mean, when you play the low strings. You know, have much more definition. When you play the high note. Yeah. And this was the great thing, because actually in the old version of the guitars, you might say, I suggested the high strings to be they were a little bit too plinky, too much thin sounding. But now they sound a lot like the low strings, thick, and it's really nice how it transitions. Man, that's just killing. So let's go to the bridge, to the middle position. So, my thoughts on this. I'm just blown away by the fact that this guitar wins for about, I don't know. Before it was maybe 80%, or let's say 90% of what I love, but now it's about 150, I would actually say, because also, I mean, the playability is so much more better now. I can't explain you. It just feels. How can I explain how this instrument feels? Because you have to put it in your own hands. But let me say this: the tension is a little bit lighter, and the neck feels much more comfortable to play, more easy. You know, I use 11 to 52 on this guitar, and it's so much more easier to play. I don't know what to say. The other thing I really love after the tuning is the amount of more sustain. I mean, it really sings now. the instrument just feels more connected. I feel more connected to the instrument, you know. So it's a lot more fun to play, and the most important thing for me is I get more inspiration when I'm playing, because every note is supporting me. You know, when I play, it doesn't matter really. Yeah, it's so much fun. I guess I mean, most of the time I'm a Strat guy, but I definitely will play more the Les Paul LP style guitar now than before, because this is the tone I hear in my head when I hear Les Paul. It has the darkness and the great warm tone, but also now, not before the Cryo Tuning, but now after the Cryo Tuning effect, it also has that nice spanky tally vibe. It just has more highs, but also thick mids and lows, and it's just more equal now. The tone is equal. This is the thing here actually. The tone really is even out. If you play high notes, if you play, I mean, or if you play here, it just feels the same. It also the tone does not differ. On some guitars, when you get to the high register, it sounds really thin and weak. But here, it doesn't matter. It just feels and sounds and reacts the same. Also, this is the thing. The reaction of the guitar. I mean, if you... It's just so much more touch sensitive now. That's unbelievable, really. I'm a big fan, actually. And I have to be honest that this isn't the first guitar and the Stratocaster. In the meantime, I have 5 guitars Cryo Tuned now. And every guitar wins a lot. So it's the best thing. My thing is, this is actually the best mod you can do to a guitar. Most people think, okay, let's change the pickups and all this stuff. But as I said earlier, you can do this, and this is great. There are tons of amazing pickup companies out there, and sure, you will get a bigger, fatter tone and so on. But the thing is, you will just change in one direction. And here with the Cryo Tuning, the changing, it equals out more, you know. So yeah, I would definitely do it again, and this will not be my last guitar, I promise. So let's go to the Stratocaster and see what happened there. Oh, it's tuned properly. The Stratocaster, yeah. So some things drastically change it here. One fact, first I will start, is the string definition. Yeah, so totally blown away by this. The same with the Les Paul. The chords ring out equally, so no string like, for instance, on most Stratocasters, actually many Stratocasters, the G string is a little bit too much pronounced, but here it's really not the fact. Everything is equal. So the other thing, which is plainly amazing, is again playing some notes on the low strings. Now play some high notes. So not really a difference in the feel, and no plinkiness to it, like I say. No harsh tones. It just sounds very balanced. Man, this is great. Really great. So let's try something really that most Stratocaster will die for. And this is the bridge pickup on alone, and let's play some high notes on it. Great, so nothing hurt my ears here. It just sounds nice, warm, and thick. Although it's the bridge pickup. So yeah. It's so much more balanced now. This is the thing with the Cryo Tuning. The instrument is so much more balanced now. So if you think, okay, that's something for me, I want to have my guitar and sound like the best thing it can be, it's great, but there is one disadvantage which can cause troubles, and that is, I mean, this top definitely has no issues, everything's fine, the lacquer also. This age was before. Also, yeah. So, but if the craftsmanship isn't nice, so if the lacquer isn't done properly, there can be issues. There can the lacquer can split off. But like you see on the Les Paul, on this one, I also have, let me show you this. That's another one Cryo tuned. This one, there are also no issues at all, as you can see. But there are some, it can be that the lacquer will come down a little bit. But the process is also optimized because my friend Jörg Walter, who is doing the Cryo tuning, is doing it for about, I think, 5 years now, or maybe even more. So he really knows his stuff, and it's optimized. So, but it can happen. It can happen. All right. So, but in fact, so what you will get with the Cryo tuning, you will get a way better balanced instrument, and that's with all 5 guitars I have. They all sound way more balanced, have more sustain, much more stable in tone, and much more definition. You get way better bass response. The mids are warm, the highs are very high, thin, sparkly, but also not the highs that pierce in the ear. You get the highs that really are shining. So yeah, to be honest with you, I never played a really old guitar, so I can say, yeah, it sounds like an old guitar. But the vision in my head I have with an old guitar, how it sounds, is exactly like I hear my guitars after the Cryo tuning. It just feels right and sounds right to me, and it's inspirational to play with the guitars. It's a lot more fun, and it's also easier to play. I know this might sound strange, but the playability is way better. I mean, there must be something, right? Because it's a big treatment for the wood and the electronics and parts, and also the reaction, the attack is way faster. I mean, you just have to pull your finger down and you feel it's vibrating a lot more. It resonates more. So my point of view is definitely go for it. If you have any questions, just feel free to write me an email or write to Jörg Walter, which is George Forrester Cryo Tuning company, who does the Cryo Tuning job. And please subscribe to my channels. And if you have any questions, just ask in the comment section. And yeah.